Okay, so Payne's gray, ultramarine violet. Did I say ultramarine blue?
No,
Oh,
violet.
thank you. Ultramarine violet and white. So I'm mixing quite a bit of white in there. So you want it light. And no matter how light this color is, it's going to turn dark once we start putting the first layer. So with the flat or bright brush, medium size, start from the top. Take this up so you can see. Don't worry, what whatever you get is fine. This is not the final. Oh, geez. Here. Good. We're going to do the first layer, and what we'll do after is we'll glaze whatever we want on top. You know, any other colors that we want to add, we'll glaze it. We'll put a thin layer. Because we're going to put other colors here. It's not going to be only this. This is just the first layer. So I like to work with black because it just pops. Colors look different. Okay. I'm going to put a bit of water in here because my color is a bit too thick. Yeah. I like to work with thin color first and then add the thicker one on top. If you need to use a smaller brush, just get another flat, small, so you can go into the small areas. Now the reference that we have, the girl on that bicycle, is oil. This is a painting done in oil. You see, double check before I. Yep, it's oil. So now let's take this color and take it all the way down. Like I said, don't worry about what you're getting. Don't worry about the color. Whatever you get at this point, it's good. We're just putting the first layer.
You have a line.
Hmm.
So do we stop or
Yeah.
go all the way down?
No, you could just stop there.
Stop there. Huh?
Yeah. No, it doesn't, it doesn't hurt to sometimes add a bit of purple in there. Just push some purple in there too, from time to time, with the
blue.
Payne's gray. Yeah, with the Payne's gray and white. It's starting to look really nice, even with just with this background. Now I'm going to put a bit more Payne's gray. So I'm going to go on the blue side, or whatever you're getting with that Payne's gray. Just a bit more Payne's gray. So it doesn't all look the same everywhere. I'm doing a up and down brush stroke for now. Hi, Sula.
Hi, Leah. How are you?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Happy New Year.
Thank you. Same to you. Sula, we're using Payne's gray, ultramarine violet, and white. Lots of white
Payne's gray, ultramarine violet,
and white.
and white. Okay. Alrighty.
Okay. See, when you put the color, it looks light. It looks, you know, a light purple or light blue, whatever you're getting there. But because it's acrylics, it dries darker. And because it's on black, it dries even darker than it should because of the black background. You don't need to have a straight line at the bottom. If you want, no need for a straight line. Just kind of push your color down a bit like that, very soft. Okay, so now I'll put my brush in here and get round brush, same colors. And I'm just going to clean up here, whatever I couldn't, I can't get my color in. I don't know if I've missed any parts, but I don't think so. I think I'm okay. So any of those, these colors that you see in here, this pattern, this texture that you see is more like a glaze, layers of glazing on top of the original one. Maybe in oil, it's a bit different. Maybe the artist used different colors at the same time and then just pushed colors around with his brush. But if we could do the same by using more of a glazing technique on top, meaning that once this is dry, completely dry, we can go back and let's say take a lighter color here. Let's say take this one here, make it thin it a bit with water, and then go over in certain areas. That would gives us that texture. But at the same time, it doesn't cover completely what we have underneath because we want that texture. We don't want to lose it. Did I send you the
Color wheel. Color
color
wheel.
wheel and the YouTube?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. I can't remember if I did. Okay. Watch the YouTube. It's interesting.
Very.
So this artist that he paints the portraits in watercolor, what he does, he painted, I sent you two. One is self-portrait and the other one is painting a face of a woman. And at the end, you should, you know, it's what's nice about it is he put flowers behind her and a bird, and the bird looks like, because she's looking sideways, kind of, her face is front, but she's looking sideways, her eyes. So he put a bird next to her. It looks like the bird is talking to her. It was really nice. Now, Payne's Gray, Ultramarine Violet, and we're going to add white, but not as much as before, less. That's first layer only, okay? So even if it's dark, it doesn't matter.
Yes, we learn our lesson.
That's a good one here. Okay, let's do that. So I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna just try to kind of go across a bit this way, not up and down anymore. Up and down, we were doing up and down brushstroke this way because it's a wall. It was a wall, or this is a wall. And now we're doing the pavement or the street. So we're going to go in different directions.
Like that wax on, wax off, side to side.
Just Payne's gray and
Ultramarine violet and a bit of white. You know, I'm going to go over this and I'll just put white after, light color, light highlight. I will highlight this after. So I'm going to do the whole thing right now. Same for now. Really, the line behind her doesn't have to be accurate. Perfect. All right. Oh, I love this colors. Great. Oops.
Your color at the bottom looks much more blue.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, much
I'm-
brighter.
Because I'm using golden. Golden,
Ah,
golden
Yeah, yeah.
Payne's gray is
Uh-huh.
more blue than the other Payne's grays, Payne's gray.
Oh,
It's just because it's golden.
I'm using golden as well, but I'm not getting that
You're
either.
not getting blue?
No, not
What are you
to,
getting?
more with the ultramarine violet, it's more gray.
Oh,
You're getting gray. Okay, so don't put too much ultramarine violet.
Okay.
Okay, so Payne's gray, no, Payne's gray, Naples yellow with raw umber. I'm just going to take raw umber, put it in my Naples yellow. Raw umber will tone down the Naples yellow, so it's not too bright, more earthy. And I'm going to take white, put it in. Doesn't have to be too much white, you know, it doesn't have to be too strong because we can always add more white and highlight it more after. Keep some of that blue that we did before showing through in certain areas. So I'm going to put that white in here, make my highlight my color, and then take ultramarine violet with the corner of my brush. Just mix it. That will make our Naples yellow.
it's watery, Leo?
Not much, but this is what I'm doing. I'm gonna do this. And then I'm gonna paint in different directions to get texture, to make it look like textured. At this point, I'm not even worried about anything. I'm just putting some random texture. Perfect. That's nice. Now I can go back, add more white. Just take more white. Be careful with white. Don't don't add too much. Ah, nice.
Oops.
Okay, wipe your brush. You wipe your brush to get a thin color instead of, you know, dipping your brush in water. And let's do another. Oh, nice, nice. Okay, good, good. And that will give me a really textured wall behind her.
sorry, Lael, I had to step out for a minute. Sorry, what colors are you doing now?
Pardon?
Sorry, I had to step out for a minute. What colors
Yeah.
are you doing?
Okay, so now we are doing Naples yellow. We mix it a bit with a bit of, we put a bit of raw umber in it to tone it down.
Raw umber and
Raw
Naples yellow.
umber to tone it down.
Mhm,
Then you want to take some white, put it in,
mhm.
highlight it, and ultramarine violet in there.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Now, when we get to the part where we're putting color on the girl and on the Vespa and all of that, it's up to you. It's up to you what you would like to do. If I, you know, if I put colors that you don't want to put in there and you want something else, please go ahead and put any color you like. Have fun. That's what it's called, having fun.
Mhm.
Okay, so ultramarine violet, raw umber, mix them together, add white, or push some of the mixture that we did for the wall in to make it a bit lighter. You don't want it to be too light everywhere, the same everywhere. So I'm picking up on my brush a bit of raw umber and ultramarine violet mixture, and then I'm going to put it here. So I will have some part that are darker and some part that are lighter. And try not to lose the first layer that we put, the bluish gray that we put in there. So have some of that blue showing through. So it's a dry brush. Now I'm going to take a bit of that Naples yellow that I have mixed before.
Oh,
Just a bit. Wipe your brush and add some of it in here if possible. Let me see. Let's see if I can do.
it goes green, Leal.
Why? If it's on top of this, here.
Yeah.
Don't go too much. Like, don't do it too much. Just a bit. Wipe your brush. Just a bit. Underneath this bicycle, or not bicycle, Vespa thing, there's a lot of light. It's beautiful because it's so white, so light. So this, if we highlight this one here, go back and forth between the first one we did, layer, should be subtle.
Should we?
Subtle, like subtle. It shouldn't be heavy. Like it should be a hint of that yellow in here. Like,
Is it so light as I can see or not?
hmm?
Is it light
Light.
color? It
Sorry, what do you
shows very light to me.
yeah, it's not strong light. Let me see. Let me push this out. This one away from here. Okay, that's better. Yeah. It's not extremely light. It's just kind of a lighter
Okay.
color than.
Okay.
You'll see once this is all right now is just the preparation. We're just
Yeah,
preparing.
yeah.
It will look much, much better once we start painting the rest of the. Okay, so for the shadow part, I'm using Payne's Gray. I put some raw umber in it to make it more earthy, and a touch of white or Naples yellow, whatever you have wet or ready on your on your palette. It should look more on the gray side, blue side, not the raw umber. Okay, that's good. I'll wet my brush a bit. That's good, because it dries darker anyway. Yeah, more blue, don't like more gray, don't make it, don't try not to get a brown. Okay, that's good. That looks good. I'm doing a mixture of Payne's Gray and ultramarine violet with white, the same mixture we did the first time for the background. And I'm going to add quite a bit of white in there. So make it really pastel, kind of soft gray. Come in here in the back for the background and just kind of introduce that again in here. You know, once we put the graffiti on, like the pattern or texture or pattern that we're going to put, it will look different. Right now, it looks a bit messy, but that's okay. I just go back and forth and adjust the background. If I get too much blue and I lose the yellow I have, I go back and I clean it up and add more. This is a glaze of Naples yellow and ultramarine violet and white. Like this, it looks good. I'm just going to try to add that Naples yellow that I'm using right now, the bottom part, but I'm going to tone it down a bit with Naples yellow and ultramarine violet. Yeah, that's good. Let's tone down. It's like a glaze. It's really a dry brush, not too much paint on it. The background is not too strong, so we can do whatever we want with the bicycle, or not bicycle, Vespa.
You mean the color?
Yes, yes, we can use,
What are you
Colors.
planning? Oh,
let's see. It's,